Ladies, I wanted to share with you how you can deal with overt and subtle comments on your beauty and what you should do and how you should look. If you've ever experienced people projecting on your beauty, let's say you're black, let's say you're whichever, race, ethnicity, etc., and people like to come up to you and tell you what you need to do, whether it's because they think they know better on what you need to do to get a man, or how you can be approved of society. I'm going to share with you some stories, but also some advice that has helped me. I am Nicole Elissa, love coach, femininity coach, intuitive. I work with the angels of love, no funny business. I'm not doing any work on you or anybody. I believe that's karma. Archangel Michael is going to help me with this message. So when I start to channel information from the angels, it was because the angels were trying to help me from a lot of these projections. We all have access and connection to our angels of the highest good and light, and they are the messengers. And I've been channeling a lot on this topic of beauty because this year's theme and energy is on beauty. So if you've been feeling called to kind of like focus on your beauty, there's a reason for it. Now, with that being said, I've also seen a lot of projections. Recently I encountered a woman that when I was like 16 years old, stopped me in the streets. I work with women from all races and ethnicities. This woman is not black, but, she reached out to me and she was like, oh, you're so pretty for being a black girl. So anyways, so I recently saw her and I could tell that based on what she was trying to do, she was trying to fit a certain demographic. It's an energy of fitting in. So typically, sometimes when somebody at a soul level is trying to project onto you what to do beauty wise, sometimes they're asking for healing. When you are a bright light, okay, which you are, and you're confident, whether you're wearing sweats or you're not wearing any makeup, even if you're wearing makeup, like you do whatever the heck you please, right? Like you do, beauty is for you first and foremost, and you encounter the beauty of God around you and you let it fill you up, right? There needs to be no level of criticism when it comes to someone's beauty. I personally cannot stand when people start to rate you. That's a projection, so it's somebody who's feeling uncomfortable within themselves. So with that being said, sometimes when people are asking you for healing, okay, this is a different take. People will project onto you what they're suffering the most with. So the first point of boundaries that you need to have is to really check in. What are they projecting onto me? Don't just assume. Ask God in an instant. You will sense, you will hear a word, you will see it around you. Be very mindful because this will teach you how to spiritually protect yourself when somebody is trying to make you feel less beautiful. That energy that they're projecting onto you, it can either stick or it might not stick. How does it stick? If you have a porous energetic field where you've allowed people to disrespect you, or you have an insecurity around that, it could stick, and you have to ask God, be humble about this. What are they projecting? Because you could sense in your minds, like, oh, she's projecting this, this, and this, and this, and this. But ask, because there's subtle things that are happening in the energetic realm where she could be projecting poverty onto you. All right. So you ask every single time and you give it to God, right? You ask your angels to intervene. I can help you with this as part of my services. I do energy clearing work to release what people have projected over you, right? And we also seal the gap wherever you would allow the energy to stick it, because it's like the spirit of confusion, and unawareness. And then you ask, what does this person need? What is this person asking for? Te lo agradezco muchísimo. Thank you. Somebody's blessing me. I received that. So in that, and I appreciate that you can see my light and work that I'm doing. So in that, I invite you to ask, so what does this need? Well, you ask God, Source, and Archangel Michael, to help that person get what they need. You can also ask with boundaries that they learn how to communicate with you, because some people don't know how to ask for help. And the way that they ask for help is through attacking you. It sounds bizarre, but it's true. It's like if you've been use for people telling you weird compliments like, I just love your light, and they don't even know you. You might be a lighthouse, you might be a light worker, and people just try to poke at you to see too if you go down to their level. So you can have all the boundaries. You can say, I'm not available for this kind of, conversation, etc. But ask spiritually what's happening, because some people would rather connect to you than to God or to their higher self, because they're scared. They do not have a good image about who they are. So sometimes when we get really angry when somebody's trying to attack us, we're actually leaking energy. Okay, we're leaking vibration. So you can practice all the different comebacks that you need to have, and it's good to practice the comebacks. Be very clear of what will protect you so that your nervous system is not all hyped about expecting somebody to attack you. If you're going out, like if people are going to comment on your looks, your hair, your face, whatever, just have those boundaries, and you can practice, but try to practice not getting more hyped and hyped, just actually getting more calm, so that you feel like, okay, I'm taking care of me. I'm also setting the intention internally that God is helping me to, for people to respect my boundaries. I also recommend that you clear from your energetic field all the different projections that people throw at you, because beauty is not just superficial. It's a reflection of innocence, of light, of bliss, of amazing high frequency, different things that you put energy and attention and focus to. I deeply don't recommend for you to fight for people to see your beauty, for you to overwork and deplete yourself for people because you're leaking energy. Do beauty because it suits you, and don't let your beauty cap you from achieving all the good things in life. There is scientific study about how people, like when they say pretty privilege, there's such a huge, enormous, envious and maleficent energy behind that. It's like people are trying to humble you when you ooze the energy of beauty. Okay, but beauty is a reflection of the soul. So a lot of beautiful people have to go into caricature versions of themselves just for them to be liked and for them to shrink, for them to be accepted. So what I recommend that you do, instead of shrinking by not wearing the clothes that you want, not doing what you want with your hair, trying to fit in, I invite you to work on your energy, to feel in your nervous system and your energy field, that be like attracting the conscious people that can see your beauty, love them your beauty, treasure your beauty, take care of your beauty, protect your beauty. Okay, instead of trying to express yourself to people who don't access their own beauty. There's a lot of darkness actually when it comes to the realm of beauty. I've led forums with thousands of people when it comes to the element of beauty, and I've seen how people, coaches, leaders try to tell, like I saw one of the most horrible acts in my life one time when I was on Clubhouse, when somebody was doing a room telling people that they shouldn't get married if they were X amount of weight. And there were hundreds of people in that room, and I was like, look, you're disgusting. Like, what are you doing? And this is horrible. Like I left the room, and people project their self-hatred, and they go into spaces of beauty to try to control other people's beauty because they feel lacking in a particular area. Okay, so people will try to project and jab at you, right? And you might have the remnants of the different forms of jabs that they've done to you over the years in your energy field, and you might be capping yourself because as a woman you might feel like, oh, I'm under threat, or people are not going to support my beauty. Now I'm here to tell you that you can most definitely attract the support that you want, and intuitively know what that person is actually sending you. Some people might be trying to curse you. Let me tell you a funny story. I have afro, right? And I've grown my hair several times, even to my waist length, a couple times. This is interesting. I said several times because that's what I'm going to do this time around. I don't think I want it there, but anyways. So one time I was I saw them today actually, the same people. It was very interesting. I was just sitting, and I can intuitively channel what Archangel Raphael tells me and what would help people's hair grow, or like when it comes to the realms of beauty and like supplements and all that. I'm not a doctor, but if somebody asks, I've offered those services. So I'm sitting there, and this woman had alopecia, and she's a lovely woman. She's absolutely lovely. The friend, though, like there was a weird energy that she was sending me, and I was helping the woman with alopecia know what she needed to do and to grow her hair. And then there was a comment where she said, well, it's probably a reason why you couldn't stand like a relaxer, right? Like some people just don't have what was it, the phrase that she used? She said like I didn't have like a thick skull, or like I had a weak skull. And in the middle of all, like, like 8 different people and like all elders. And I was like, so do I stop that or do I not? Because you're not going to come and tell me that I have a weak skull, right? You know what I mean? Like, and I stopped her straight up. I was like, I do not have a weak skull. It's just not right what they were doing, because they were trying to do the stylist was trying to do a relaxer plus dye my hair and do a bunch of stuff and try to make like reduce me so that she could do it. And I always felt like my scalp was on fire. And then she made it this thing. It's like, you probably had a weak skull, and some women, just don't, like, they have a weak skull, but others, we have, a thicker skull, so we can stand that more. And she was trying to, like, big herself up in the room. And I was like, wait, so is this what we're doing? Like, you're trying to big up yourself by saying that you have a stronger skull than I have? For real? And I wasn't being demeaning in any shape or form. I was just trying to help somebody who was humble, but she was her friend. So I said, that's not necessary. And if you wanted to know how you can grow your hair to waistline, I can help you. And then when I said that phrase, because that's what I heard intuitively to say that, she was like, oh, really? You've grown it that way? Please teach me. But her first instinct was to try to like reduce me. I've been in spaces where I need to share this story. One time, one woman grew her hair to waistline, and there was this black woman who I was in the bathroom and I was hearing the conversation, and the black woman was trying to get like, hey, can you please help me? And this other woman was like, yeah, I'm gonna gatekeep, I'm never gonna share this with you, like in she wasn't saying exactly that, but she was trying to kind of make her feel bad. This other woman wasn't black, and it just kind of pissed me off. So I went out in the bathroom. I was like, I can share with you how you can grow your hair waistline, like full stop. And I helped, right? Because some people, when it comes to beauty, that's why I say there's a lot of darkness. People feel like they need to gatekeep, but you don't realize that that's scarcity, that's poverty running through you. If you like how you shine, there is enough for every woman. So you don't have to gatekeep ever when it comes to beauty. It's like if you've done that before, I get it. Maybe you were taught that. I absolutely get it, right? But there's just no need of it, because it creates this weird coveting energy that you're always fearful, and then it takes you out of from being the chooser to a fear of not being chosen. You're always a chooser, right? If a man is not looking at you, there could be many reasons why he could have a coveting energy. He might just not be your man, and that's perfect. But learn how to alchemize all of your energy to attracting the man that is for you. I've had people come to me, and younger people, mind you, and come and criticize my hair and tell me that the only way that my hair would look good is if it's in braids. And basically with the energy like, this is how you get a man. And I'm like, really? That's unsolicited. But that's their energy. They're worried about how to get a man, and they need to control, and that's predatory behavior in many cases. They need to control how other women show up, so that they can have something. I don't recommend none of that. I recommend that you relax your energy and you let yourself shine, and consciously, with power, attract somebody that loves you. What your energy needs to be sending out is confidence and trust and acceptance of your desire or your wish. I don't like using the word desire. because it has an energy of a withholding, like I don't have it right now. So your wish, and that it's perfectly acceptable and right and conscious for you. It's about feeling comfortable having what you want without having to compete for the attention of anyone. And I do that first in the realms of energy, auric field, nervous system, prayer work. I ensure that all of them are together so that your aura is effortlessly attracting what you want. If you wanted to know more about how I do that, I'm going to put the information below so that you can sign up and work with me. Probably, yeah. So I do that through clearing work. We have coaching, we have clearing work, and I help you tap it into the energy of your higher self. I'm a little bit concerned about this because people could be trying to like inadvertently curse you, right? But then when you feel like somebody's cursing you, you might shrink your energy, but you're not meant to shrink your energy. Ask God, what are they sending you? Okay, that's really important. Be very curious, and ask us and your angels to help you clear it. I can help you clear it as well, and I can go thorough, and things people have projected onto you, I can help clear it. I'm currently offering an accelerator to my clients, my private clients, but I'm getting guided that I should do this here, where we do for $2,300 for 2 hours. This is a big investment. I understand. Where does my expertise comes from? I help you clear all the energy that people have projected onto you, because if you have always felt like a target in your life, if you felt like a target, if your beauty felt like a target, if you felt like you couldn't shine, if people, I keep hearing like, oh, you and your mouth, people criticizing the way that you speak or that you